How can naturally occurring variation lead to an organism's suitability to its environment?
I also will be identifying the structure and function of several different animal adaptations and the misconceptions about them.
The first thing I had to do to solve the challenge was do research on adaptations. The next thing I had to do was do research on the misconceptions of adaptations. And the last thing that I had to do was explain why the misconception was wrong.
It's a common misconception that dogs are colorblind. They are not. They simply see color less strongly than we do because we have more color receptors, and they only have two kinds of color receptors compared to our three.
A couple of adaptations about dogs are they have fur so they can keep warm, and they have their long nose so they can hunt, and they howl and bark like that so they can speak to each other and let people know when things are going bad. They're watchdogs like he is. The misconceptions about dogs are that they all can live outside in the wintertime or in the summertime, but that's not true. They can get cold and they can get really warm like we can, so they can suffer from hypothermia, and also they can have heat strokes just like humans.
The American Association for the Advancement of Science recommends that students in the 3rd to 5th grade should be able to understand that certain organisms survive well in certain types of habitats, and the change in the habitat could harm the organisms. Despite the expectation of increased understanding, research indicates that older students who are 12 to 14 years old still believe that organisms can change their structures to adapt to the habitat, or they can simply seek a more favorable habitat. Crawfish live in places like ponds, lakes, and rivers. One adaptation they have are pinchers. This helps them be able to walk, catch food, and dig holes to hide. If they were on land, their pinchers would not change into hands or feet like a human would have. This is why the misconception of being able to adapt to any habitat is wrong. A misconception students may have about polar bears is that their white hairs conduct ultraviolet light to its black skin by capturing energy, when instead they should think the polar bear hair does not capture the sun's energy. Their fur actually keeps them very warm and reflects light like snow.
End of my subject matter challenge. I gave you research and evidence of misconceptions and adaptations for dogs, polar bears, and crawfish. The dogs being their fur and their eye color, the polar bears being their fur and their skin, and the crawfish being their habitat and their pinchers. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Thanks for watching.